The city official in charge of some of Chicago's biggest festivals abruptly resigned. That same official we've been asking questions about for months.
NBC5 investigates requested documents related to Clene Hedspeth, the former commissioner of the Cultural Affairs and Special Events known as DCASE. And we uncovered allegations of discrimination, harassment, and more. Our political reporter, Ann Ahern, joining us in studio now to break down what happened. Marianne?
Allison and Stefan, Clene Hedspeth is a year and a half as the head of DCASE was marked by turmoil. Back in April, we reported on the letter of concern from more than 100 artists. They were worried about her leadership. We now know in September, HR found Hedspeth violated city policy. She resigned less than 2 weeks later. The Department of Cultural Affairs and Special Events, called DCASE, puts on Taste of Chicago, Blues Festival, and so many other big Chicago events. In March 2024, Mayor Brandon Johnson tapped his longtime friend, Clene Hedspeth, to lead it. She left less than 2 years later and is now on the city's do not hire list. During her tenure, 29 employees left the department, including 7 deputy commissioners. Through an open records request, NBC5 Investigates learned HR began investigating in February. A former employee complained Hedspeth made, quote, humiliating and demoralizing comments about their culture. As DCASE prepped for city council budget hearings last year, Hedspeth asked the employee to wear, quote, traditional cultural clothes in council chambers and, quote, put on a thick accent so it's hard to understand you. Hedspeth later told HR those comments were a joke. Though the documents are heavily redacted, HR found she engaged in age-based harassment, telling an employee not to have gray hair when going to the 5th floor of City Hall, where the mayor's office is. Other claims include making comments about an employee's sexual orientation and disregarding their pronouns. HR investigated the claims and found that as a result, she violated the Equal Employment Opportunity Policy. When asked about comments Hedspeth made about her sex life, as well as asking about an employee's sexual preferences and whether they would have an affair with a married person, Hedspeth told HR the conversation happened prior to this person working for the city and called them a, quote, disgruntled employee. HR interviewed Hedspeth twice during its investigation, both times with a lawyer present. Hedspeth left the second interview and said she would not return to answer more questions. Investigators say they did not get to ask her about allegations of disability harassment and retaliation. Mayor Johnson's spokesperson tells us Hedspeth resigned before she could be fired, and their office followed HR's recommendations, including placing her on the do not hire list. Meanwhile, Hedspeth's spokesperson says in part there are inaccuracies and omissions in the report, and she's confident the facts will come to light through a legal process. In her resignation letter, Hedspeth said she planned to return to the private sector and lead a foundation. Stefan?
Okay, Ann Ahern, thank you so much.